Mr. McCarthy, it's a pleasure being here with you today. I had a question about some comments that Secretary Clinton made in Istanbul last summer, where she said that this administration would use old-fashioned techniques of peer pressure and shaming, basically, to prevent any kind of Islamophobia or, threats of imminent violence. And I wanted to know, how much further down the rabbit hole are we going to go until there's a change and the tipping point where there's enough knowledge, there's enough anger, there's enough proof for us to stop this, and kind of at what point can we turn the tables?
I guess the first thing is, I think it's inappropriate for the government to bully people. There's plenty of peer pressure, but that's supposed to be a citizen-on-citizen thing. When it gets to be government-on-citizen, that's a big problem. In my office, which I was very proud to work at for almost 20 years, the rule of the road was the government spoke when it was ready to charge somebody, and before that, you were supposed to keep your mouth shut. Now, I don't know, I'm not pretending that everybody followed that golden rule to the T every time. They certainly should have. But I think it's wrong for government. The government has lawful procedures in order to repress people who deserve to be repressed as a matter of law. If they haven't violated the law, if they're just exercising their constitutional rights, I think the government ought to butt out of it. And I don't think that's just the case with Secretary Clinton. We've had situations where, remember the guy down in Florida who was burning the Koran, and that was creating a violent reaction in Afghanistan. Senator Graham and General Petraeus had a lot to say about the guy down in Florida who was burning the Koran. Now, I happen to think that that's not a good way to go about registering your dissent. I think there's a lot better ways you could do it. But the guy had a right to do it. And, I think that what we ought to be more focused on is people who think it's okay to commit mass murder over the burning of a book, rather than the burning of the book. I think that's wrong. In terms of how far we're going to go, I think there's going to be movement on the OIC's resolution, which does attempt, and as I understand it, the administration has been supportive of this in this Istanbul process, to try to do an end around the First Amendment in a way that would enable it to crack down on commentary about Islam. Now, I don't want to get riled up about that until I see exactly what they're going to try to do. Some of this may be a minuet they're doing with the OIC just to try to keep the temperature down and try to keep good relations. But some of it may be substantive and serious. So I think that's the thing to keep an eye on, what happens with that resolution. Yes, ma'am.